Welcome, mothers and others. I'm so excited that you're joining me here today because I'm going to introduce you to our next candidate who's running for office. Terry Virts is running for U.S. Congressional District 9. Welcome, Terry. I'm so glad you're here.
Thanks for having me on, Nancy. We've been talking for months. I'm glad to finally be on the program.
Absolutely. So, Terry, let's hit it. Can you tell the voters out there why you're running for office?
I was in the Air Force for 30 years, swore an oath to support and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And we have a domestic enemy like we've never seen before, probably since the Civil War. And the last couple of cycles, I was supporting candidates. I was trying to help different Democrats get elected. And I got tired of yelling at Twitter. And there's actually a Bible verse that says, "To those who much has been given, much will be expected." And I've been given a lot by my country. 30 years in the Air Force, flew as a NASA astronaut, and this is my chance to give back. I really, I mean, and I mean this. I'm kind of allergic to hyperbole, but I'm serious when I say it. Unless we start winning elections, we're not going to have elections. And I think I have a background that in a state like Texas can connect with a lot of folks. And the reality is, unless we get some reluctant Trump voters to vote for us, we're not going to win very many elections here. So I hope my background can help us win elections.
So, what do you feel this office needs right now?
In District 9, my district, first of all, it shouldn't exist. It's one of the five gerrymandering seats that Greg Abbott sniveled and agreed to try and steal. So I'm going to fight to keep it from getting stolen. It's a working class district. A lot of Latino population. It's a diverse district. It's all the refineries and chemical plants and Houston Ship Channel. So it's a very working class district. These folks need health care they can afford. They need a representative who's going to represent them and not just grovel to Trump and represent the billionaires. They need to not get yanked off the street by masked men. We need to stop this humanitarian disaster. And it's basically, they need the same things everybody else does. They need safe communities. They need an opportunity for jobs. They need education so their kids can have a better life than their parents. But we need someone who's going to fight for them and not just be on the side of the billionaires and the big corporations.
So, can you tell us a little bit about who you are and your personal values?
Sure. So I was raised in a union family. I was the first guy to go to college from my family. Joined the Air Force when I was 17 to defend us from the Soviet Union. I saw that as a very clear threat. Um, and here we are with the president BFFs with Vladimir Putin. He just hung a big picture of himself and Putin in the White House. It's absolutely disgusting. So my value is defend America from these enemies that we have and help the working class. And the other thing, Nancy, I'm a Christian. I don't wear it on my sleeves, but I became a Christian as a teenager back in the 80s. I was a deacon in my church, whatever. We were talking about this before the thing, but like Democrats are the actual patriots. Democrats actually have values like love your neighbor as yourself and treat others like you want to be treated. And we really, I think, need to not be ashamed of that and be like, hey, we actually have the values to take care of our neighbors, just like as a Christian, just like it says in the Bible. And even if you're not a Christian, whatever, those are the values I think that many of us share to take care of other folks.
So, what are the top three issues that you are running on right now?
Number one is affordability, economic issues. I started this race out in the Senate for a few months and then I switched to the House. I've been across the state of Texas. The first question always is healthcare. It's a healthcare disaster what's happening right now between Medicaid, the ACA subsidies, and just in general, the cost of healthcare. There's so many things. We need to get the cost of healthcare down. We need to get more people on insurance. So that's number one. Um, there's a lot of other economic issues, affordability, getting tariffs under control. There are unconstitutional taxes on working people, and we need to get that under control. So middle class, and I think this is where the Democratic Party is today, and we really need to focus on those things because that's what voters want. The other thing is a humanitarian crisis. I mean, what ICE is happening, we all know that. I'm just enraged by that. But it's not just ICE, it's also our LGBT community. Like once you start dehumanizing people, you end up, look, I was based in Germany. My family's from Germany. You end up with Auschwitz and Dachau. We need to stop dehumanizing people, and that's what the Trump loves to do. And then the third thing is democracy. Like I said, my district should not exist. I wish my district didn't exist because it's gerrymandered. It's literally a new piece of land that they precisely target neighborhood by neighborhood, and they put undocumented folks in there, and they're very smart about how they do this. So we need to stop gerrymandering. I've just joined a group of like-minded Democrats. We call it the backpack or take Congress back, balance accountability candidates. So I'm for things like term limits and ethics reform, no stock trading, both for Congress and for the Supreme Court. Um, Getting money out of politics. As a candidate, we were talking before, the money sucks in politics, and Citizens United was an absolute disaster for our democracy. So the third thing, economics, human rights, the third thing would be trying to heal our sick democracy.
Now we get to learn a little bit more about the real Terry. We're going to do a speed round. We're going to ask you a bunch of questions. So
Okay.
let's hit it.
All
What
right.
what is the last book you read?
I read a book called An Unfinished Love Story by Doris Goodwin, and it's about her and her husband, really, Dick Goodwin, who's amazing. Every Democrat should read this book. Every American should read it. It's about the 60s. He was like the speechwriter for JFK and then LBJ and then RFK. It's an amazing story. I'm getting my hair standing up thinking about it. It's a really cool story. Doris and Dick in their 80s, like late in life, go through boxes of stuff from the 60s. It's a really cool book. Unfinished love story.
What is your favorite word?
um, win. As a candidate right now, that's the word at the top of my line. Just win.
What is your favorite song?
Um, oh my gosh, I have so many songs. Radio Liberty by REM. I just got this LP. I have a vinyl, and they have a special thing. They're doing a fundraiser for Ukraine. Radio Free Europe. Yep. Radio Free
I
Europe.
love that song. It's one of
I
my
love it. Yeah.
um do you have a personal motto?
Yes. Don't tell yourself no. When I do motivational speaking in my post-astronaut career, and the message I have for young and old is don't tell yourself no. Whatever dream you have, unless you take that first step, you're not going to get it. So don't tell yourself no.
What is your favorite meal?
I love turkey and mashed potatoes and stuffing at Thanksgiving. That's my favorite meal.
What is your favorite hobby?
This has changed over the years. I would say reading. It's probably walking because that forces me to get off my butt and get out and walk around the neighborhood or go in the woods or whatever. So, and I had back surgery last year, so running is not high on my list right now. So I'd say walking.
What is your favorite animal?
Golden retriever. Let me see. There's one.
So, tell me more about your campaign. Where can we find you online, and what are your social media handles?
Sure. So terryvirts.com, TERRYV like Victor, IRTS. Very simple. Is my campaign website. I've got a launch video so you can kind of see what I'm fighting for, see my district, terryvirts.com. And it's pretty easy to find me online. But my social medias are Astro Terry or Astro underscore Terry. So they should be very easy to find. Although make sure you get the real one. The Russians made some fake Astro Terry accounts the last election. They were promoting Trump, and I had to go through all this hassle to have Twitter shut them down. But a friend of mine in Cyber Command said, "Yeah, that's a Russian fake account." But so Astro Terry is you'll find me in all the different social media.
Wonderful. Well, Terry, it's been a pleasure to finally, meet you in person, sort of over Zoom after talking for months. But thank you so much for meeting with me today and introducing yourself to the voters. And I look forward to seeing you on the campaign trail.
Thanks so much for having me, Nancy. This is great. Thank you for your organization and to everybody watching. Everybody understands this, but find a candidate and support them. They need volunteers, they need help, and we need to start winning elections. So thank you for what you do.